in the city, they are not cheap. But they are a cheaper alternative than to buying right now. And I'll be the first realtor to tell you that. And if a realtor tells you, no, renting's the same as buying, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is not right now. So don't buy that for a second. Just look at your financial situation and make your decision based on that. All right, welcome back into the Boise's Best podcast, Unplugged and Unhinged. Today we're going to talk about apartments.
Apartments? We sell real estate.
I know. Do you know real estate agents in other states actually deal with apartments?
Like leasing and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that like most states, to be like a property manager, you have to be a licensed realtor.
Yeah.
And maybe that is a good lead in to where we're going today that tells you how important apartments are to our communities.
Yeah, I think they're one of those things. They're like for homeowners or aspiring homeowners. Apartments are like, oh, why are they building so many? Why are they putting them in my backyard? Why are they doing them everywhere?
Well, and Boise was kind of weird because we literally in the 80s, we had no apartments.
Yeah,
I mean, we had a few over by the university, but literally we had no apartments. Everybody was a homeowner here.
Yeah, and we also had even in the 90s and early 2000s, I mean, there was like a very select few. Like there wasn't very many options.
And now they pop up like McDonald's.
They do. They're
I guess
everywhere.
I should say in and out because that's the thing.
They're everywhere. And that's kind of what got me on this topic was I've heard this so many times is they're building apartments everywhere. There's no way that there's that many people that need to rent. There's just too many. I can't believe the monstrosity they're building down the street. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about what's their role in a community like ours.
Yeah, I think that's good because when you hear that buying is down because of rates or because of the economy or because of this or because of that, okay, so if buying is down, people still have to live somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think apartments are a good segue into eventual home ownership, and I think they have a very important role in a community.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing I keep coming across is, you have those towns, and this isn't to put like Tahoe or Sun Valley on blast, but they have an outside influence of tourism or known for being wealthy, Hollywood, right? Second homes. The wealth is coming from whatever that community is known for, whether it's tourism or like Hollywood, the filming industry and the entertainment industry, right? That's what pushes all that.
Yeah, they don't have industry.
Right. In a town like Boise, which I feel like is a lot more normal of a town, you have people from every class of life. Like you have,
absolutely.
But in a growing society, you need all of those people. Like I don't know if anybody's ever been to a town where it's hard to hire basic either blue collar or waitress jobs, or people still have to eat out. Those people there's career waitresses, there's career blue collar guys. This is what they're going to do their whole life.
Yeah, and finding those people is really hard in a town like Sun Valley or a Tahoe or something like that because those people can't afford to live there.
Yeah, you're quote unquote normal people like most of us that like have normal jobs and they're not going to make $1 million a year. You have to have those people to support a growing community. And without housing for those, I mean, we saw this, you remember the Tamarack debacle? Them like tenting.
Oh my God. Well, and those and they did have those little tiny box houses that they literally built for the workers. Yeah. Because they had to rent to them because they had nowhere to live.
No, and everything that they could have rented was so astronomically expensive and not enough of them.
Right. They actually had to build housing for workers.
And I think it's actually a good thing because we talk about, I hear this all the time, especially down in California or any like major metro area, right? Everybody's like, we need affordable housing, but they're like, don't put the apartment in my backyard.
Yeah. It's like, you can't have both.
You can't have both. And it's a good thing to see apartments going in because there has to be housing for people to go. Otherwise you end up with all kinds of other problems that we don't want to get into.
Well, and like, I'm not going to lie. You see some of these apartments going up and they've got pools and pickleball courts. And it's like, dang, I'm going to sell my house and go live in an apartment where if I have a light bulb out, I call the dude.
Yeah.
And he shows up. How can this always be a bad thing? And I know people talk about, apartments are just, so atrociously expensive now. But I also think that serves a purpose. Because, yes, We'll move into apartments. As I said, it's a really good segue into home ownership because you get to a point where maybe you are making enough money. You've been on your job long enough. You can qualify for a home now. You really want to buy a home. And you're like, holy hell, I'm paying $2,000 a month for this apartment. I could almost be buying my own home.
Right.
So even though it gives them an option, which is great, it also encourages them to move on. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well, it's funny. So, meanwhile, Kelly, we were just looking at some stuff online, like apartments and what they kind of what they were going for.
Uh-huh.
And like you just said, it's $2,000. I can almost find. And then I did the math on like a normal mortgage, and I'm like, that apartment doesn't sound so bad at $2,000 a month.
Right?
I'm kind of like,
your utilities are paid for?
Yeah, I'm kind of like, where can I get a mortgage around here for $2,000 a month these days?
And a pool and a pickleball court.
Right, and all the amenities. So yeah, so no, I think, and I think too, like, there's this old stigma about apartments where, and you used to see it all the time. You have the old rundown, like, apartment complex, right?
Hey, I've lived in one.
Yeah, well, that's because that's all I had in Boise back then.
Oh, right.
But a lot of what they're building is extremely community oriented. It's extremely nice. I mean, even the fit and finish on some of these I'm like, wow, like they're really, really nice. So I think you have to have that in our community. Like you absolutely have to have it, because if you don't, you end up causing so many other issues just in the chain of things. Because we were talking off camera before this. If you don't have people that can afford to live here and build their life, they'll never buy a house here in the first place.
No, and so you've got to give them someplace to live, or they have no reason to live here.
Yeah, if they can't get started here, if they can't, like, it's terrible for the economy. And if you're one of those people that's like, well, these apartments are losing my housing value. No, the people living in those apartments are probably going to be people that buy your house in the future.
Right, and if they didn't have a place to live, they're going to leave. Businesses are going to shut down.
Yeah,
and the housing economy is going to go bust.
Yeah, exactly. Like
everybody has to feed everybody.
Yeah, we're in the position of prices right now. Obviously, everybody knows COVID happened, but we're also there in growing cities. It's naturally happening. When you have an influx of people, prices are going to go up. And if you don't make concessions for the people who can't afford those houses, your entire buyer pool dries up down the line.
Yeah, so talk to me about apartments in Kuna.
Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, we're getting them like crazy. And I was actually really excited to see them going in. And as a parent of a kid who's now 18 and graduated, we need those things, because he's not buying a house anytime soon.
No, and I just read a thing yesterday, just kind of off topic for a second, but we kind of called to Kuna, that Kuna is the fastest growing city in the state and one of the fastest growing cities in the nation.
Yeah.
I just read that yesterday. Kuna, not Kuna.
Kuna. Like, there's a stick and
yeah, right. Boise.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it's crazy out there, and forever it has only been. I mean, it really did remind me of Meridian 20 years ago.
Yeah,
like there is no apartments, there was nothing. And the other thing I'm starting to notice too, which is, and this is just the sign of the times in Boise and things growing up, they're placing the apartments in smart places. So do you remember that affordable housing project they did that was out off of South 5 Mile back in the 70s, I think?
Yeah, that you couldn't, there wasn't a grocery store, there wasn't any.
Right, no public transportation.
No.
So you took the lowest income earners in the community and gave them an option to have a house, but you put them so far out of town, there's no public transportation out there, so now you're driving even farther.
No amenities.
No amenities, but then they put them on these huge, like, half-acre lots that are, I don't know if anybody's ever owned a half-acre lot. To maintain that, there's a budget line item for that when you have that much land.
That was their weekend entertainment.
Yeah, it must have been, because it just seems so dumb. So it is really nice to see that you'll see the apartments going near freeway interchanges, near business districts.
Yeah, you see a lot by shopping centers now.
Yeah, and we got the whole new 10-mile thing going in, and you've already started to see some going in over there.
Over by the village.
Yep, and I think you're going to see more.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that a lot of people get worried about is, I'm going to have this apartment built behind me, and it's going to lower my property value.
And I think here in Boise, 20 years ago, that might have been a concern. Only because it was perception. Apartments here. So then you put this big box behind somebody that they never had. And yeah, I think it probably did. I don't know if it necessarily lowered their property values as much as it lowered their marketability for a while.
Yeah, with it being when there was a ton of homes that were had a little bit of room around them and no
Yeah,
apartments. Yeah, I could see the marketability side of it hurting. Today in Boise, I don't really see that. For one, two, like I said, where they're placing these.
right.
If your home is near an apartment that they're building, your home is already in a prime location because they've picked that location because of how close it is to everything.
Or a developer's going to buy you out and build an apartment building.
Yeah, yeah. If you're on like a single lot, like no neighborhood, that could happen. But yeah, I think too. Like I think the marketability that argument kind of goes away now with the way they're building apartments.
Yeah, it may not be first choice.
No, but
but
you're also that means you're near
everything.
all the cool things.
Yeah.
If that's where they're building the apartments, that's because it's close to everything, which means your house is very marketable because it is close to everything.
Yeah, and like you brought up the 10-mile project, all your freeway access and, everything out there, which can be a good or bad depending on what your lifestyle is. For me, I'm really glad to not be over there anymore.
Yeah.
And I want to be away from all that crap.
Yeah.
But if I was 25 years old and starting out and, my evening started at 10 o'clock and
Oh God.
remember those days?
I try not to.
Then that would be super appealing.
Yeah, and it really would be.
Yeah.
And
But at my age of 35, yeah.
right. And I'm 21, people.
Yeah, go with that.
I think I do feel like there's one kind of missing aspect that we still don't have yet, and that's condos.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I have a client that actually took a fourplex, and he's from California. And years ago, he condominiumized it.
Yeah, explain what that means for
So
people that maybe not
basically,
know.
what they do is when he bought it, when we sold it to him, it was 4 units and it had one parcel number.
Right, it's like one lot, like
One
4
lot,
apartments.
Yep. And there's 2 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and 2 that are 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Right.
Separate living units, all rented separately. Well, he thought, because this is what they do in California, is if you take that and you split that into 4 different parcel numbers, now you have 4 pieces of real estate.
Right.
You can sell them separately. Unfortunately, that hasn't become a thing here yet. And he did it in downtown Meridian
In an older apartment
in
complex.
an older fourplex unit. It doesn't hurt the value. In fact, it gives you options.
It does. It doesn't lock you into one property. You really have 4 properties.
Yeah, you have 4 properties if you ever want to sell them. But people that want to buy that property from him or are looking at it for whatever reason, they just simply cannot wrap their head around this. Because you also have to get 4 different loans on it if you're not paying cash.
Right, yeah. It makes things a little bit more complicated, yeah.
But you're right. We don't have a lot. The only condos that we have here are the ones that went downtown, the high-end skyscraper.
You
not
do
that we have
see
skyscrapers, but
no.
yeah.
For us, they're skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Leave us alone.
Yeah, anything over 6 floors, come on.
Yeah. Okay. This isn't South Dakota. Okay. We got buildings here.
That's right. And so those, those top floors of some of the bank buildings, things like that turned into, multi-million-dollar condos. We have some condos that went in at the end of the connector. Those were kind of our first condos.
Yeah, and I think like I see the ones downtown, and obviously those are cool. We've both said,
yeah.
I'm like, honestly, at this point, I could just sell my house and go buy one of those.
Yeah, if I didn't have dogs, I could do this.
Yeah, I don't know. They're getting pretty dog popular downtown. I'm pretty sure they're putting a dog park on top of every building, out in front of every building now.
My dogs could do that.
Yeah, dogs are kind of big. There's a new kid. What did I see? Kids are like exotic animals. The pets are the new kids, and plants are the new pets.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Just with things getting expensive. But anyway, the condo thing I think would help a lot. I know like people like me, and maybe I'm alone, maybe I'm crazy. I really like the condo idea because I still want to own.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good natural stepping stone from move out of your parents' house or whatever. You go to college, you get out of college, you move into an apartment. And then you want to own that first home, but oh my gosh, I don't want to maintain a yard and all this stuff. But a condo, that's a natural next step. But it also goes the other direction too, which is really cool because you can own that home and then you can say, "You know what? I wanna downsize. I wanna be able to lock it and leave it." Condo allows you to do that. But, it's you've got 2 really diverse groups of people that can fit into that condo lifestyle.
Yeah, I think too, like, without having options like that for people, and we just want to stick to this good old Idaho, like you buy your quarter acre lot with your 3 or 4 bedroom, 2 bath house. I think the problem is lifestyles are changing as well. And I
Yeah.
think that's one thing that gets forgotten in the conversation of apartments or condos or whatever.
We don't live like people did in the '50s or even the '80s.
No, and our city has changed around that as well,
Right.
right? Like we are getting to the point where they're trying to infill and get more people closer to the amenities, closer to work, less cars on the road. When somebody can just walk to their local store and grab their bag of groceries real quick, that takes a car off the road. And so there's a lot of argument about they're building a big apartment complex. Now the traffic.
Well, you look at these bigger cities and, as you know, my parents lived in for years. They lived in a condo.
Hmm.
And at the bottom of the condo is a grocery store, is a hairdresser, is, whatever. Everything's in their building if they need it.
Yeah,
Which is really nice because when you live in a bigger city or a city that has traffic, and yes, we have traffic now, you
we
get
do.
home and you don't want to go back out a lot of times. And therefore, you can get what you need in walking distance of where you live.
Yeah, I mean, it was so funny. I was actually just went home the other day, and I was telling Kelly, I was like, it's so funny. It's like if I don't leave work because I have to drive, I
Right.
get in the car and I go sit and I drive where the traffic's going, and I sit there and I go, if I don't leave at like 4:55
Hmm.
and beat the traffic and get home, I might as well not leave till 5:45.
Oh, absolutely. There's a reason that I hang out at work until 6:30.
Yeah,
And I only live 10 minutes away.
depending on when you leave.
Yeah, or I live 40 minutes away.
Exactly, and I think that's the biggest thing is it's like I'll literally drive and it'll be like, yeah, it's 15 minutes to get home. No, it's 45 minutes to get
Yeah,
home
I
today.
might as well stay at work, get
Yeah,
something done.
yeah, and so having these apartment complexes actually kind of siphons people off because they live in one area, and so you lose a whole bunch of traffic too because it's all going to that one
That
area.
area.
So I think the argument of like, oh, it's going to cause traffic. Well, I think in Boise, I think that argument's kind of gone by the wayside anyway, or it should in your head. We are a city now, and I hate when
And you need to quit calling us a town. Done it like 10 times in this
You're right,
podcast.
I have, but at least I have accepted the traffic
Right? That makes
in
us
our
a
in our
city.
little quaint town. Our traffic, yes, in our city. I think the traffic argument is got to go by the wayside. It's here. It's
here
not
to
going
stay.
anywhere. The only thing we can do at this point is get involved with your local planners and things like that to make things work the way you want
Yeah.
to see them work out. But apartments are coming. I believe they're a great thing for our community. I think that they help keep our community stable with a healthy supply of 20-something-year-old people, 30s and 40s and 50s. You never want to be too heavy in one category because that means there's something wrong in another
No
one.
different than investing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah,
No, I'm
exactly.
not a financial advisor.
That's just
Let me
basic
put that out
knowledge.
there. I'm not an accountant. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a financial advisor. Please, let your local.
Yeah,
But if you're, I guess the main point here is don't worry about this affecting the housing market in a negative way because at the end of the day, you have to have them, and it's going to actually,
yeah.
it's going to make your community.
Whole, and you now have future buyers.
Yeah. Here we are, your local best realtors, telling you that we need apartments.
We need apartments. Yes, we do. In the city, they are not cheap, but they're a cheaper alternative than to buying right now. And I'll be the first realtor to tell you that. And if a realtor tells you, no, renting's the same as buying, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is not right now. So don't buy that for a second. Just look at your financial situation and make your decision based on that.
You
Again,
can prove the math.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, let us know. I'm going to put up national stats next, so you guys can see where we're at, and we'll go from there.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.